there, Pisces. Welcome to your mid-August 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Hope you're having a great month. Boy, it's going fast. As I record this, it's the 14th of August. My God. Halfway through. Boy, you've got some great cards so far, let me tell you. Let me tell you. The heart of the matter is the Magician. This is a card of co-creating your reality. Look at that sideways 8. That's a symbol of infinity above her head. And this is a card of for Pisces, not allowing yourself to go through life thinking that life is happening to you, but really to believe that you have some say in what is happening in your life. There's, that sense of empowerment that is so, vital to being able to live life to the fullest, because you're following your bliss, really. This is a card connected to Aries, and so it might be a person in your life right now who's an Aries that you are dealing with. In the past position, we have the Six of Cups. This is a card of Cancer. So maybe those two signs are figuring into your life right now in terms of the people in it. But the Six of Cups is a card of the idyllic past. I would call the Magician a card of the future, of like what you're intending to, how, the life you intend to create for yourself. This is a life you've already lived, and especially in childhood. And it gives off these vibes of simplicity. Of course, not everybody has an idyllic childhood, and I think some Pisces people may have had a horrific childhood. And so in that sense, it could be that, it's also the card of children. So for instance, if you had what we would call a bad childhood, a childhood that you don't even like to think about, and you have a child of your own, you may want to give them the most innocent childhood that you can think of. And you don't want to have them experience anything that you experienced. And this is a thing that, and this happens, I think, a lot. I'm not a parent myself, but I'm sure that when people have a child, especially their first child, when everything is so new, that they vow, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to let my child experience that. And you come to realize that you have a lot more power than you always thought you did, because you realize you can make certain choices that have certain consequences. Another interpretation of this card is that you may be wanting to do something that you have wanted to do since you were a child, but you kind of got pulled away from that path. Typically, this will involve something in the creative fields. That's the main thing, because a lot of parents may look at that as being a hobby or something, and not be encouraging of their child, even if they show immense talent. And even like a musician, where we can clearly see that people make a living as musicians. If not saying that they have to be famous, but they can do it in a jazz bar or whatever. It's not like it has to be like in some major group or something. But you may be revisiting that because it's something that you really want to do. And and you realize that you hold the key. The higher message is the Ace of Swords. This is a card of seeing your life very clearly and being able to act from that clarity. I think as a spiritual card, it's because Pisces is a sign that is very it's not that you're completely deluded, but you just are somebody who's highly idealistic, and sometimes it's hard for you to see things as they truly are in the relative reality of this world, because we can't say everything is just real. Everything is temporary, so it can't be real. But by the same token, it's not imaginary. It's not something that is non-existent on any level. It is existent on some level. Um, there's a the Ace of Swords. The mental clarity angle is also about being decisive. I think it's hard to be decisive when your mind isn't clear. So once you really get clear on what it is that you're looking for, then it makes everything very easy to do. What crosses you, not surprisingly, is this is your card. The moon rules Cancer in astrology, but we're talking about the tarot, and it's connected to Pisces here, and it's about, see that creature, like the creature from the Black Lagoon, that's the shadow self. The moon card, in a challenging sense, is about lack of clarity, or maybe your emotions clouding your judgment, delusion or illusion. So illusion is coming from the outer world of, like in a relationship, for instance, if you're being lied to, this can be a card of there's something more to the story that you might not be being told, and that sense of confusion about that. But there's also something called delusion, which comes when you are lying to yourself. Pisces people do this because the truth, they're very sensitive people. You're very sensitive. And the truth can feel harsh sometimes. So it's easier just to kind of escape it by, creating your own narrative of what's going on in a particular situation and living in the fantasy. And unfortunately, that doesn't really get you to move forward. So it's important to, like for instance, if you're unhappy in your job, and not just your job, but the type of career itself, and you feel like it's kind of like draining you or something like that, you have to acknowledge that, even though it's unpleasant. It's easier just to pretend that you enjoy what you're doing and try to brush it off. But life just keeps marching on, right? So you can do that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be happy or feel fulfilled. What's coming in is a death card. Death is inevitable. The first lunar eclipse in Pisces is coming up in a month, and you might even feel it now. The lunar eclipse can be massive endings for Pisces. I'm not talking about your physical life. I'm talking about your circumstances in life. And so whether you change, this is about you changing yourself on your, doing it yourself. Eclipses can point to shifts and changes. So you do it your way, in your time, in your direction. the direction you want to go in, or it'll happen anyway and it'll be more vague. It won't be something that you're directing into your life, that you're taking the helm of the ship. You're being the captain of your own ship. It'll happen, but it'll feel more chaotic probably. So the choice is yours. And this could be like with relationship, like a soulmate situation. The Six of Cups could be somebody from your past, and we're currently still operating in the Mercury retrograde, and you might hear from someone, or you might feel the urge to contact somebody from your past. And it's also the soulmate card. So this would be, do you know everything about that person's life? But regardless, if you're unhappy in a current relationship, this could be showing that. And by the way, when you do have that lunar eclipse, it's going to be aspecting your 7th house of relationships. So keep that in mind. The outcome is the Page of Pentacles. This can be a new job or a new business that you're starting, a new money-making venture, let's put it that way. You could hear from an employer. Pages can be messages. You could hear a message from an earth sign, Taurus, which is compatible to you guys. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe this refers to the new moon in Virgo, which is occurring on September 2nd. Maybe that'll be when things start to shift for you. So, yeah, there you go. And I think a lot of people a lot of Pisces people, that new moon in Virgo will not necessarily fall in your 7th house. It will fall in the 6th house, perhaps, which is the house of work. So the new moon in Virgo could be a new job or a new offer, a new idea that you have for making money. So there you have it, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, an astrological reading, and or a tarot reading, please click on the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.